Yeah, but you got to know if you read deeper into the Bible, if you did get into the Gospels, you would say Jesus says, I'm the only way to the Father.
Well, I'm not going to argue that. I have a hard problem, and I've always had a hard problem with this, even when I was a kid. And when they were teaching me this in religion, is you're saying that if I go through Jesus, I have a way to go to heaven, but the kid across the street that's worshiping something else, and he's a great kid, his
Mhm,
family, great people, they're not going to go to
mhm.
heaven because they don't follow Jesus, but they believe in the ultimate God. That's why I have a problem just saying that you have to go through one person. And no matter what the Bible says or the Quran says or whatever Buddhist people say, whatever they all say, I believe we have good people in all cultures.
Right.
And that's why it's like, yeah, I grew up Catholic, so I believe in Jesus. I do. I believe Jesus walked the earth and Jesus, was one that was, I believe he was going to bring our religion, Catholic religion or Christians into a place that other people didn't want. So they killed him. That's what I believe. But I do believe in Jesus. I just don't believe that he is God. I don't know. My daughter's listening to the Bible, and she says she likes it. And she was explaining some stuff to me, and it makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to listen to the Bible, but I'd also like to listen to other stuff too.
It's funny though that you've had a lot of atheists try to debunk the Bible and they get into the Bible trying to pick it apart. And then next thing
Hmm.
you know, they become a Christian because of it. So,
I'm not saying that.
because
I'm
it
not
starts
trying
proving
to.
itself. Yeah. But I'm just getting at that I don't know. You just have to, you got to have that moment.
But it's not. Well, guess what I'm saying. I'm not debunking the Bible, but I'm not debunking other religions either. I'm not trying to
Well,
debunk anybody's religion.
but what I'm saying it though is if you really get into the Bible, then you have to. It's kind of like the guy next door could be worshiping Satan, and we both agree that there's evil, right?
Mhm.
And as humans, we call that satanic, demonic, whatever. So he's over there worshiping demons and allowing that stuff in and doing all this crazy stuff, but comes outside. He's one of the best dudes on the earth, right? Really good person, does stuff for people, helps people out, spends his money helping people out. You see what I'm saying? Just because you're good doesn't mean that you're doing
So
that you're,
is he worse than the person that goes to Catholic church and just judges everybody that walks
yep.
in the door?
He's just as bad. They're both bad, Brian. Just because somebody shows up to a building doesn't mean
Well, that's
hey,
my point.
preachers say it all the time. There's a lot of you in here that show up to church that are going to hell because you don't have a relationship with Christ. Just because you show up to a building doesn't, you don't get a punch your ticket, Brian. And a lot of people think if they, as long as they go to that building and punch their subway ticket, you remember how you used to have that little card at Subway and you get
Get
they
your 10th
punch a
one.
hole, yeah, your 10th one, you got a free sub. Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not how
I
church,
love
that's not how
Subway.
being, yeah, well, I haven't had Subway in a while.